right, we are live. Hey everyone, it is Thursday, September 7th, 4:41 p.m. and about 24 degrees Celsius. I'm here in Midtown, although it was just 27 degrees Celsius, so I guess putting hot in the title might have been slightly disingenuous. Oh well. I see some people in the chat already. Vivian Johnson's here, Sheena's here, Yahya, Raja, Tyrese, Jacqueline S. Greetings everyone. And being the dummy that I am, I left my phone in like an extended cinematic mode. So there's a delay between what I see and real time, but oh well, it should still work. So hey everyone, there I am, rocking the Dr. Pepper t-shirt. Yeah, maybe I should change that title. It's only 24 degrees. It's not like the hottest day in the world. It was like hotter when I came out. Let's just call it Thursday late afternoon, early evening stream. There we go. Let's just fix that title. So we are, where else but Midtown? This is Yonge Street. And a look north. By Turing loves Dr. Pepper. We'll get that picture cropped a little bit. Bill Chow says I'm 4 minutes early. I'd rather be 4 minutes early than late. But I've got to get a move on. Change it to hot YouTuber. Hey, speaking of hot, this place is brand new. Alouette Go. And it is fantastic. I've already tried it. A very welcomed addition to my neighborhood here. Brad Palmer's in the house. Just putting something in my pocket. There we go. So I'm going to be covering a whole lot of ground on this one. Love my video yesterday. You believe you were cruising through your hood, East York, seeing Cosburn. Glad you enjoyed it. That was 2 days ago. Where are we headed today, says Yahya? We are heading east. We're gonna go east on Eglinton for a while. Yeah. That's where we're heading. I've got my best walking shoes on, the minimalist shoes. But I may have a food order I have to pick up from somewhere very far away at 6:30. You're noticing a theme with these live streams? Johnny streams around this time and picks up food at the end of the stream. Well, in fairness to me, I didn't want to stream tonight because I kind of want to watch Thursday night football. I might be streaming tomorrow night. This is my first year in like 5 or 6 years where I'm not a Travis Kelce owner, but I am a Patrick Mahomes owner, so hopefully Mahomes has a big night. Mike Landry, $5. Hey Johnny, for a cold drink. Thank you, Mike Landry. Thank you so much, Mike. Welcome to the never-ending shit show that is Yonge and Eglinton. Hey, that crossing guard giving someone shit. I'm going to keep the sun at my back for a lot of this one. So we are making our way east on Eglinton Avenue East. One last look at the clusterfuck that is Yonge and Eglinton, pardon my French. And thanks again, Mike Landry. And it's worth noting, this will be my last ever stream using Bell. At least anytime soon. I picked up my new 150 gig SIM card. Actually, I get 165 gigs on my new plan, and that is shared across 3 SIM cards. But I didn't have time to pop them in any of my devices and try them out. Maybe I'll upload a video with the SIM card if I have data left to burn, just for the hell of it. But I saw that, I think Ken had some connection troubles last night on his Bell SIM card. Bell's been not the greatest lately for me, and I had troubles up in Niagara on it. And I just found a way better deal. Matt says I'm sure that wasn't cheap. I'm not going to be paying very much for it, actually. And I might only keep 2 of the SIM cards, but I'm going to be under $100 every month for all that. Yeah, unfortunately, this part of Eglinton is still experiencing some crosstown construction woes. Might have been a little nicer if I had walked on the other side of the street. So, while the construction cleared up, we can stay on this side. Yeah, I am sweating already. So even though my phone says 24, it definitely feels a bit hotter. Belch House is very efficient. Once Upon a City has become a member. Thank you, Once Upon a Cindy, for joining the ranks of channel membership. You can join the channel either through YouTube or through Patreon. There's links to both. There's about a dozen or so people that are actually members of both. So huge thank you to those people. As I continue my march east on Eglinton in the heat, maybe I didn't pick the best day for a long power walk. William asking what my new cell phone company is. Well, it kind of sounds like robbers. I'm of the opinion that it's best to have zero loyalty to any of these big telecoms. Whenever you have a chance to improve your rate or your data, take it and make sure they waive any setup fees in the process. That was the deal breaker. Each one of those lines was supposed to be a $60 setup fee. And I was like, no, thanks, but no thanks. And of course they waived them. You gotta turn yourself into a bit of a bully when you're dealing with the bullies. There's a look back on Eglinton. Crikey is here. Good afternoon, Strides Gang. So this is Redpath Avenue. So I was thinking, should we go down Mount Pleasant or Bayview or Laird? And I think I somewhat recently streamed along Mount Pleasant. So let's keep going. We'll go towards Bayview. Derek C is here saying good evening. Good evening, Derek C. Unfortunately, I don't think Bayview has a sidewalk. In the northern part of it, or once you get south of around Davisville. Otherwise, it might be interesting to just walk down Bayview. William asking how my mom's feeling? I think she's feeling well. I just spoke to her about an hour ago. I told her I probably wasn't going to stream tonight, and she said that's a good idea. It's too hot. Oh, look at that. Very colorful store. And then I said, screw it, let's stream. Jacqueline has had weird weather this summer. It didn't get too hot in Toronto, but these past 3-4 days, it's certainly been quite hot. I was waiting for a really nice day when I thought the beaches would be rammed to go record them. And it took until the end of summer for there really to be a day like that. We are at Mount Pleasant. So this is Mount Pleasant Road, future home of an LRT station right here on the left. And Eglinton. I'm gonna keep marching here. I'm gonna keep powering along Eglinton, because I think we've walked through Mount Pleasant Village more recently than Bayview Village, or at least side, whichever one I end up in. It's nice to see some actual bike infrastructure up here. Jeanette Morales, $5. Hi, Johnny and Pals, for a refreshing drink or snacky. You know it, Jeanette. Thank you so much for the $5. I'm definitely going to need a refreshing drink after this one. The walk I'm making, according to Google Maps, I'm going to be 15 minutes late, but I know for a fact I can outwalk the Google Maps suggestions. There's another future entrance to Mount Pleasant and what looks like some bicycle parking. That's good to see. Hopefully there's some kind of security in place for that. And we're already at 263 viewers. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. So this part of Eglinton gets a bit quiet, but it picks up, or things will pick up once I go south on Bayview, if that's where I end up going. Velcos says that's a lot of bike racks. Yes and no. For Toronto, yes, but for an underground transit station, not really. I think secure bike parking would have been the better play. William looked for me at Starbucks today. Well, if you wanted to find me grabbing a coffee, you should have been hanging out around my Keurig machine. Today was that special day of the month where I take my Keurig apart and clean it out, run some vinegar water through it to descale it. I also took apart my Brita filter and gave that a warm soapy scrub. Luxury Sweets, and if you're wondering about my footwear, I am wearing the minimalist shoes, which are a bit dirty from when I went to the beaches on the weekend. They're a bit sand covered. Chris Mill says, just got back from New York City. It was super hot, 36 degrees. So what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see me go south down Bayview or south down Laird? Bayview has a lot more retail and restaurants and that sort of thing, but it's been a while since I've been down Laird. It's a bit more industrial and there's kind of a big power center there. Martin says, I love this channel. I love that you love it, Martin. Thank you. I've been watching fantasy football channels on YouTube all week. It's funny, I draft my teams and then I start doing my homework. Gertej asking, how's Charlie? He was good when I saw him Tuesday. I might be seeing him tonight before I watch the football. I'll fill you in tomorrow night. Bill Chow votes Bayview. Marge says Laird. Novell says Bayview has the cookie place, doesn't it? It does. Jellybean votes Bayview. Looks like you're getting trumped, Marge. Off the top of my head, it seems Bayview is in the lead. Gaby says, can we do Bayview? Once Upon a City says Bayview has more activity. Bayview is kicking Laird's ass. Sorry, Marge. Greetings, Hunter Stewart. Marge says, come on guys, we can see Bayview anytime. I haven't done Bayview in a while. I did it last like maybe 4 months ago in a stream. I'll tell you what, I'll cover Laird on a future e-bike stream. How's that? We could do Laird and Flemington Park and Thorncliffe Park. Takeout, Dominic? Oh, the order has already been placed for a 6:30 pickup, but it is ridiculously far away, which is one of the reasons why I've got an extra bounce in my step today. We are moving. Sometimes in life you have to give yourself little missions. I hate being late and making people wait. But in this case, the only thing that's waiting is my food, and it'll be getting cold. So the only victim here, I guess, is me eating cold food, but you're not really a victim, and you're the cause of it. All right. Unfortunately, they haven't put bike lanes in this part of Eglinton yet. Hey, there's a house for lease. 520 Eglinton Avenue East. Side quest. Find out how much rent is at 520 Eglinton Avenue East. Every time we see a for sale or lease sign, let's see if someone can look that info up for us. I'm gonna guess, single bedroom house like that, I'm gonna say $3,400 a month. There might be a separate basement or something. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that. And we have what looks to be a condo townhouse for sale. So we got another one. 536B. 536B, Eglinton Avenue East. I'm gonna say that's a condo. I'm gonna say 1.2 million. 536B, Eglinton Avenue East. Who's gonna look that up? Howling Wolf says $29.50 a month. So I was within $300 on that last one. Missed it by a little over 200. Thank you for looking that up. Gaby also coming at us with the info. Thanks for looking that up, guys. Howling Wolf says 1.8 million. What? Is that a freehold? If that's a condo townhouse and you're paying maintenance fees, F that. Amaj also looking it up, thank you. The card says, will they take my GTA dollars? Chris Mills and Muna Bai also looking it up, thank you. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Jeez. Today when I was picking up my SIM card, they had to run, or how much do you pay a month? And I was like, you're gonna hate me when I tell you this. And I could tell he laughed, but he definitely was a bit envious. I like to walk, $4.99. Thank you so much for your live streaming. Thank you. I like to walk, much appreciated. And David Clipperton, $164 as well. I like to walk, and David Clippert, thank you so much for your support. I'm certainly walking good today. Yeah, something's gonna give with the housing market. The housing market is kind of propping up the entire economy. So whichever politician actually grows a pair and does something is gonna have some very hefty consequences to deal with. Hey, you have affordable housing, but look at this, we just gutted our economy. Sorry, rich people, you'll have less shiny new toys. Or they keep propping it up, and then we all become homeless. From what I understand, there's really no easy way out of this predicament. And there used to be a McDonald's, but now it is Leaside LRT station. All right, we're gonna cross the road here. Whichever light I get first. So just north of here is Sunnybrook. Transwave says TIFF is on CP24. Yeah, I'll probably go record TIFF maybe tomorrow evening. I usually record TIFF once or twice. I usually get it on a live stream. It's like a week-long thing, so there's not a huge rush to go get it on the first day. And the crowds are always a bit light on the first day of TIFF. All right, now we're going to be walking south, so I'm going to have the sun beaming down on me here. She says, any famous celebs at TIFF this year? Yeah, I'll be there. Greenbelt developers are only building 10% affordable housing. That's scandalous. Well, affordable housing based on a very loose definition of affordable. Affordable to who? Not the average person. The whole Greenbelt thing is egregious, to say the least. It's funny, when Doug Ford ran, he talked about Kathleen Wynne's shady backroom deals and how the buck was going to stop with him. Yeah, bullshit. You are the king of corrupt backroom deals, my friend. In fact, he's not even doing them in the backroom, he's doing them out in the open. But there's some new housing going in. Which will be excellently located right across the street from the Crosstown LRT. Steps from Bayview Village. Pretty good location in my books. Alejandro says we're paying $2,700 a month for 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And as newcomers, they ask for 6 months deposit. That's pretty standard. I mean, 5 years ago, that would have been insane. There's a new condo development going in. I thought that bench was like a TTC stop at first glance. I was like, excuse me, is that where I catch the bus in your front yard there? But we are now going south on Bayview Avenue, down the east side of Bayview. Gaby says if I had to live east of Yonge, Bayview would be your choice. God almighty, just subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to tickle the like button and subscribe if you haven't, or not. You have free will. There's a former gas station turned dry cleaners. And there's another new development right there, the Sweet Potato. Seems to be one of those expensive farmers market type stores. I have a feeling the demographic in this area can afford it. It's actually a really nice development. The scale is nice, the design is nice. Nice balconies. The only thing wrong with it is the price. It's very appropriate for an area like this. But it seems as if it's just got one tenant, a giant grocery store. That's not such a bad thing. Never even heard of the Sweet Potato except for that location. Gaby says the Sweet Potato used to be in the Junction. We miss it. One more reason for you to move to Bayview Village. I think that's a pretty nice development. It looks a lot like a lot of the ones going up on DuPont Street. as we head south down the east side of Bayview. Hey, a barber shop. Signature Fades. I need to book a hair appointment for myself pretty soon. Oh, sorry guys, are the ads coming up during the live stream? I forgot to disable that. I kind of hastily put this one together again. If you have YouTube Premium, you won't get the ads during the live stream. I'm going to try to change it so every time I make a live stream, they don't come up. I don't really mind the ads playing when you watch the live stream back, because then it's basically just a regular video, but part of the fun of the live stream is catching all the action as it happens. So I think having an ad pop up in the middle of it is kind of annoying. So sorry about that. I'll try to fix that. There's Hollywood Gelato. That's kind of a very well-known spot. Every time I walk by it, people always point out that I quite enjoy going there. I think Craig's Cookies will be coming up on the left. Paul Hicks thought I needed a trim. Yeah, I've been getting a haircut about once a month. And I think I'm due. There's a Mexican restaurant, Mexico Lindo, sushi restaurant, La Moose. The Shoppers Drug Mart is in an old theater on the left. A premium, authentic Turkish cuisine restaurant moving in. Gertesh hopes YouTube needs to get rid of the heart emoji. Oh, the live reaction. There's Craig's Cookies. I went here on a live stream 2 years ago. I quite enjoyed the cookies. Although last Saturday, I live streamed from Kensington Market and I popped into Moonbeam and I had their double chocolate cookie. In my humble little opinion, it was better than the cookies at Craig's, although if you're a fan of like the sugar overload, you can't go wrong with Craig's. Always made fresh, always delicious. Fresh Italian. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk to Millwood. Then at Millwood, we're going to head east. Jeanette says that was an expensive cookie. It was. So we're going to go through a bit of a quieter street in a block. And we'll take Millwood all the way into Pape Village. I might be making better time than I thought. Maybe I should slow my legs down. But we're going to get a fantastic skyline view along the way as I head over a bridge. Thank you to whomever just subscribed. There's a Baskin Robbins over there next to a Wild Wing. All right, let's say goodbye to Bayview Village. But fortunately for me, I can say goodbye to the sun for now. It'll be at my back. There's the Bayview Leaside sign. So this is east on Millwood Road, but it's going to bend south. 274, 727 has AdBlock Plus. Yeah, I use an ad blocker. But I also have YouTube Premium. It's an interesting mix of homes. And some of these are low-rise apartments, so some sneaky good density in this area. This is a rather affluent neighborhood. Why is there a plaque in this yard? What is that signifying? Agnes MacPhail, 1890 to 1954. She purchased this property in 1948. She was the first woman elected to Canada's House of Commons in 1921 and won 5 successive election victories. She was elected the MPP for East York in 1943. That was really neat. It's unusual you see a plaque like that that's not the typical Heritage Toronto plaque just in front of the property. I thought I'd stop and take a peek. Oh boy, I'm gonna need a shower as soon as this one ends. Kathleen says some good history. I thought so. There's St. Anselm Catholic Church. Mass Saturday at 5 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. I guess that's more of a modern church. And it's right next to a school. I'm willing to bet this is a Catholic school that takes its name after that church. Thank you, Jellybean. Gurcha says, what kind of sunglasses am I wearing? I'm wearing 10 euro specials that I got from La Rambla, or Las Rambles in Barcelona. Yep. Sure enough, it's a church that takes its name, or it's a school that takes its name from that church. So eventually Millwood is going to collide with Laird, and for some reason I'm going to turn right at Laird, but Laird becomes Millwood when I turn right. I have no idea why. If you know why that is, please let me know down in the comments. Ricky says it's freezing in Thunder Bay, but it feels good. I could go for about 3 minutes of freezing cold weather right now. That would be nice. All right, when I hit the Millwood Bridge, maybe I'll crack open that freezing cold drink that I have. It's an interesting mix of homes. That looks like an old workers' cottage style home. Marge, $5 for a cold IPA to enjoy with your football. Thank you, Marge. As the fantasy football world awaits Travis Kelce's game time status. Thank you for the $5, Marge. So yes, there'll be less videos recorded Sunday afternoons, as I'll be glued to my TV on Sundays. I should still be doing the Sunday night stumbles at 8 p.m. Ooh, I like that little Chevy. It's a Chevy Colt, kind of like a mini Bolt. There's a little area of retail coming up. So Paulo, Claudia, and Dirk G. Some old school, those look very 1980s, but probably 70s. Those townhomes over there. I used to live in a townhome that looked kind of like that. Back in Mississauga, just south of Dundas Street West. Looks like there'll be practice tonight for that team. Brad Palmer, $5, make it 2 cold IPAs. Ooh, that sounds really nice. Thank you, Brad. I saw you went live the other day. I got the notification. I was out, unfortunately. I didn't have a chance to tune in. I got it on my phone after the fact. But Brad does some live streams. He covers the more beautiful places in Ontario. I stick to the big ugly city for the most part. So check Brad's channel out. Joseph asking, do I have any brothers and sisters? I have an older brother. I'd be absolutely shocked if he was watching this live stream. He's probably not even subscribed to my channel. Gelato, chocolates, ice cream, truffles, Avoca. I think that place has been a staple in this neighborhood for quite a while. China food. And the restaurant with the most creative name goes to China food. I wonder what they serve. Look at this, the Little Dollhouse Company. You know you are in a well-to-do neighborhood when a store like this exists. We sell dollhouses and dollhouse accessories. And there's someone shopping in there. Anything they sell must be astronomically priced. It's either that or it's a front. I don't know, am I all wrong? Maybe dollhouses are a big deal. I just don't know what I'm talking about. We're supposed to talk about a niche business? Yeah. Craigie says I used the Hank Hill quote. Damn it, Bobby. Well, I'm pretty sure that sums up what they do. They sell dollhouses and accessories. Dirk G donated €3, €5, and a third. Thank you, Dirk G. There's a lot of fivers coming in tonight. We're gonna call it Fiver Thursday. Thank you, Dirk G. Dropping that one from Germany. Speaking of which, I need to go back to the Pigeon. It's a German food hall. It's really more like a bar that calls itself that. On Parliament Street in Cabbagetown, but it's quite excellent. The food was good, the service was excellent, and the bill didn't make my eyes spring out of my head or out of their sockets, which is kind of rare these days. There's sushi to go over there. I would say I eat out maybe a good 30-40% less than prior to the pandemic. I like supporting businesses, but the cost of eating out is insane. And then you get prompted for that tip that's like just inflated on top of the inflated food price. All right, Claudia, have a good one. La Casetta, Millwood Melt, Grilled Cheesery. Oh no, it looks like it's closed. I'm a sucker for grilled cheese. It's one of those things you can make yourself and do it for little, but if I'm at a restaurant and they have a good looking grilled cheese, I can't help myself. Jelly Bean, Fiber Thursday, laughing my ass off. Thank you, Jelly Bean. See, we can will it into being a thing. Thank you, Jelly Bean. These are really nice looking apartments. Nice balconies. I like the brick design. Thank you, Claudia, for remembering to like before you go. This is Southvale Drive, so we are right around the corner from Laird. Hello, Chatty Cathy. Hey, there's 940 Millwood Road for sale. Looks like a condo townhouse. Who's gonna look that up? 940 Millwood Road. I'm gonna guess 1.5 million is my guess. I have no square footage. Condo townhome, so there's probably maintenance fees on top of that. Who's going to be the hero and look that one up for us? And straight ahead, off in the distance, is Thorncliffe Park. Chances that looks expensive. Oh. It doesn't need to look expensive to be expensive. Gaby says 1.429 million. I'm getting pretty good at this guessing game. All right, here's one for sale. Thank you, Gaby, for looking it up. And Sweet Cheeks. I don't know what one this is, though. It doesn't have a unit. It looks like it's been staged. It looks like someone doesn't actually live there. I don't think the glare is letting us see too clearly in here. Paul Hicks says, I'll chuck in a free haircut Thursday if you ever want to come to the West Country in the UK. Thank you, Paula. I have no idea what street name this is. Maybe that counts as Millwood? See if we can pick a number off the building there. Everyone's honking up a storm. So we've made it to the south end of Leaside. This is where Laird Drive abruptly ends and becomes Millwood Road for some reason. There's an old school Husky gas bar. So I'm gonna miss the light cycle here. Oh well. So had I have taken Laird, which is what Marge wanted, that's where we would have came down. So we are at Millwood and Laird. We've covered a hefty distance since it is only 50 minutes into the stream. And my watch won't tell me what time it is because it's stuck in fitness mode. It is 5:30. Jim Martin is here. FM 303 is here. And we are 16 viewers shy of 400. So I think tomorrow morning's video is, drumroll, an amusement park walk. It will not be a neighborhood walk. So it'll be something a little different. But I might go live at night. I'll have to talk to Ken. We generally try not to overlap. If he's not going live, or I'm going to try to go live around 8. But I might not. The Valcos says everyone is here but the kitchen sink. Failed to come up with anything witty. Valcos says, I wonder if it's Wonderland. You have not been paying attention to anything if you're guessing Canada's Wonderland. Gaby says 25 Malcolm Road Unit 106, just seen, is available for 1.9 million, 3 bedrooms, 2 floors. That is expensive. Thank you, Gaby, for looking that up. And thank you, Fitbit, for telling me that I am just hitting 10,000 steps now. Pizza Boy is going to get some buddies to join and we'll hit 400. Sweet. Vivian, you'll be pleased to know Gertej is wondering if you've had your dinner yet. Mark says, I'm becoming a star. I don't know about that. We're heading underneath the rail corridor. Redway Road. You could turn right here and there's a Loblaws way up there. It's a very oddly located Loblaws. And I did a hidden Toronto video a few years ago on this staircase here. It kind of just leads you down into a ravine, but you're kind of stuck when you're down there. And we are going to lose the sidewalk, so I'm going to have to cross here as this Chevy shows no regard for yielding. Well, not the Chevy, the driver. There's Popo. Wonder if he's had any luck catching speeders or if he's running up a good score on Candy Crush. But we're about to head over the Don Valley in a few minutes, and we're going to pick up a pretty awesome view of the city and the Don Valley Parkway. Used to be an old wooden train station on the right behind where I was, says Gaby. So just over there. silly this stretch doesn't have bike lanes because they appear later on. Jim Martin says the Loblaws down the street is the local secret shop. Robert Steele, $10 IPA donation from the Southern 519 border. Go Lions. Robert Steele. Amon St. Brown gonna rack up some big yardage. The Calvin Johnson, Matt Stafford days are long gone. But things seem to be turning around in Detroit. Thank you, Robert, for the tenor. You'll be disappointed to know that as a Canadian, I choose the Bills as my NFL home team. The Lions would be my second choice, just out of proximity. And the fact that I always drafted Calvin Johnson whenever he was available. Marie Palmer says I'd be a great realtor. No, I wouldn't. I'd be a horrible realtor. I'd be way too honest. That's my problem selling anything. I'd be the guy at Best Buy telling you, never ever buy the extended warranty. Had you never purchased an extended warranty in your life, that money you saved would easily purchase to replace anything that goes wrong outside of your actual warranty. Because, oh yeah, you have an actual warranty too. And we'll lie to you and tell you things like if you break it, we'll replace it, but that's not true. Most extended warranties are a scam. If they didn't make money hand over fist, they wouldn't be so incentivized to sell them to you. Anyways, I would apply the same logic to homes.
Johnny.
That's me.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
It's good.
Sorry, my hand's all sweaty. Do you want to be on stream?
Sure. Hi guys, how are you?
All right, nice to meet you. He reached out to shake my hand, but my hand was soaking wet from holding this thing. So we just did the fist bump instead. I think that's become the new modern handshake. That might be the best thing to come out of the entire pandemic, is the fist bump. No more awkward handshaking. And some douchebag is gonna like try to crush your hand as if he's trying to say I'm stronger than you. Nope. Just give me one of these and we're good. Okay, now the sidewalk's gonna reappear on the north side. Bill Chow agrees the extended warranty is not worth it. Chatty Cathy says, I never thought of it that way. Yeah, why would the retailer try so hard to push you into buying something that is to your own benefit? Think about it. Oh. All right. There will be a little bit of a sidewalk appearing. This is some good pedestrian infrastructure. Where is City Nerd to critique this when you need him? Oh, look at this. I bet we'd lose reception pretty quickly if I went down in there. Around Toronto 2 just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. We just hit 94,402 subscribers. So we broke the 94.4 mark Inching up towards 95,000. Thank you. I think that guy's going to start honking jingle bells in a second. So right around the corner up here will be that skyline view. I'm wondering at what point does the sidewalk magically appear? I think it's right at the bridge. Ben worked there for many years, told your customers not to buy it. Good man, Ben. At Future Shop, they were particularly aggressive with everything because they worked on commission. I think that's secretly one of the reasons why Best Buy folded the Future Shop brand and kept Best Buy, even though Future Shop was a stronger brand in Canada. Always felt kind of slimy trying to buy something in Future Shop because you knew that person helping you was so incentivized by making the sale. They'd tell you anything. And the crap you would overhear them telling other customers. So this is the Millwood Bridge. And look at that. I am going to take my phone out and snap a picture of this. Absolutely stunning. So this is the Don Valley we're crossing. My hand is so sweaty and I don't have a case on my phone. I'm worried it might just like squeeze out and go flying into the valley. Shane Roberts says it looks misty. Gertej says I can see Stridesland. There is where we started. That cluster of towers in the center of the shot is pretty much right where I started this live stream. And it took an hour to walk here. But the further I go south, the more the financial district will be out of sight. It's amazing how at one time the entire skyline was centered around the financial district and there was just a few towers around Yonge and Bloor that weren't very tall. But that Yonge Street corridor has just been booming. There's a nice view over the Don River on that side too. That's where E.T. Seton Park is. We're going to get a view of the Don River itself in a moment. Sheena says this view is definitely worth a long walk. I wanted to come by here one more time in the summer. I've done this walk on a live stream once before, and I've done it on the e-bike a few times. There's the river. Wesley says, what street will I be heading to next? Probably Pape. It's the most interesting of all the streets that I could connect to. There's the Don Valley parking lot, crawling along. I think going south on the DVP into downtown in light traffic is one of the best urban drives you can make anywhere. It's like this windy, twisty highway in a valley with this absolutely stunning backdrop of all those skyscrapers. And then once you hit the Gardner and you start going west, right through the skyline, you kind of feel goosebumps. At least I do. Of course, the other 99% of the time, it's one of the worst places you could drive. But if you're lucky enough to catch it, especially going southbound in light traffic, where you can go a good 80, 90 the whole way, it is a hell of a nice drive. Some people inching their way up. So that left, or the traffic on the left there is northbound, so they're leaving the city. Nas, the transit kid, just passed me. And there's a look up towards Midtown where we started, aka Stridesland. Gaby says, unless you're stuck in gridlock. Well, even Tom Cruise complained about the traffic here. When I drove to Niagara, I left, I think maybe around 10:30 a.m. And it took an hour just to get out of the city. It was kind of nuts. There's someone riding their Rad Power e-bike on the sidewalk. There's a bike lane on this side, man. Can I come say hi? If you catch me, anyone's welcome to say hi on stream. Most people are pretty good. They make it short and sweet. Is this you here? Is this Nas, the transit kid? Probably not. Nope. All right, I am going to get myself a drink. I'm going to put my phone down. I'm not going to be able to see the chat for a second. Yes, I wore white socks with my black minimalist shoes. I'm sure my back is all sweaty and gross looking now. That's okay. I've got another t-shirt in here. Where? Oh no, don't tell me. I left the drink in my freezer. I'm gonna have another exploded drink in my freezer. Oh no, sweet, I didn't. Lime bubbly. Ew, my backpack is like soaking wet. This is gross. Well, this stream is not officially brought to you by anyone, but if it was, pretend it's the folks at Bubbly. Sweet. How gross and sweaty does my face look? This is a boy in need of a shower. Stevie B is here. Hello, Stevie B. Jane Jar, it says nice legs. Thanks. Whew. That tastes ridiculously good. What I do is about an hour before I live stream, in this case about half an hour, I pop them in my freezer. Thank you, around Toronto. And then if I remember to, I put it in my backpack when I head out to stream, and I have a nice cold drink for me, and if I forget, usually at some point the can explodes and my freezer gets covered in bubbly. Although last week my freezer got covered in Diet Pepsi and it was pretty gross. Jelly Bean says if you like bubbly, click the like button. Yeah, that's like the honk if you like cookies. That the protesters would hold up on their signs. Oh, I don't believe I need a bra or whatever else is there. Eugenate says any campus walks this year. Yeah, I'll for sure do U of T, St. George, and TMU. Maybe I'll go back up to York. It's always a good live stream up in North York. And I can finish up around Finch West Station. There's a 925 Don Mills bus. Alejandra says bra with ticks. Eugenate might snipe me if you come on campus, or if I come on campus. You're at St. George, right? Thank you to whomever just subscribed. So we are at Pape Avenue, the very north end. Oh, you're at TMU? Oh, that kid's pulling tricks. Jump again. Do it. I command you. Come on, kid, that was your chance to be famous, and he blew it. Hey, looks more like a box spring than a mattress. Do people still use box springs? What's the point? My bed has those slats, and my mattress just goes right on top of it. Ryan Lewis says, nice to see you live for a change. Usually catch up on my videos. Glad to have you here, Ryan. I go live about 3 times a week, sometimes 4. Jelly Bean says, what did I order for dinner? That will be a secret. Although the food I ordered last time, the vermicelli, was just okay. It wasn't amazing. I don't think I'm going to order from that place. I'll give you a hint. It might be sushi, if that makes sense. I got like a tick on my left arm. Trying to switch hands with the camera and the can. So we're about to waltz through Pape Village. So I came into East York on my last live stream, but I took a very different route and a very different method to get here. And we are at O'Connor Drive. I keep looking down to read messages, and half the time it's someone telling a joke. No worries, Nas. Hey, there's a Pape Village block party. Saturday, September 16th. Maybe that'll be a video idea. There's the Royal Canadian Legion across the street. So this is south down the west side of Pape Avenue. Hello from England. Jane says, try Friday Burger Company. It's on Bay Street. We're at Woodville Avenue. There's the East York Community Center across the street. All right, Jeanette, have a safe drive. Thank you for your super chat and support earlier, and thanks for stopping by. Harjot says next Thursday is his birthday. And Sheena, someone said happy birthday to you. Sorry if I missed it, I can't see all the chats. All right, Clayton Crawford, have a good night. And my bubbly is empty. East York Residential Street. All right, recycling. Without touching anything. They used to have foot pedals on those, on the version before that. Or they would brake like crazy. Oh, so apparently it's Sheena Roberts' birthday. Happy birthday, Sheena. Consider this stream your birthday present. How convenient of me, I know. as we walk past a Burger King. There's Cafe Serrano. It's a popular cafe. They have a bakery just south of here we'll be walking past. Gaby says I was enthused about a chicken place. Oh, Juicy Birds. Yeah, it was pretty solid. I haven't been there in a very long time. I've been trying to cut down on fried food and unhealthy stuff. It's one of the reasons I didn't stop at Craig's Cookies. Come on, all I want to see on my watch is the time. And it's got this stupid exercise thing up. Oh, it's 6:02. Keep it up. Good exercising. It's like, just show me the damn time, you stupid watch. I have to like close out of the exercise routine that it started automatically, that I didn't ask it to. This place says a true Greek experience. That is Philo Cafe. We are just north of Greektown. Thank you, Novell Koss. Cortege, it is a Fitbit Versa 4. Lunch deals at Subway. East York Restaurant. Charcoal broiled steak, souvlaki, and burgers. Restaurant over there called Faux Challenge or Pho Challenge. My watch is sad. Why? Because I badmouthed it? Cerium 398, $5. Remember the good old days when all watches did was tell the time? Thank you, Cerium, for the $5. I remember those days. Occasionally they would try to be a calculator. And then 30 years later, hipsters would bring that back. I remember, I think it was like the late 90s. I was with someone who had a watch that had a remote control built into it, like an infrared. And we were in a sports bar and he was changing the channels. Oriental Food Mart. Tindon Filipino. Look how they spelled Filipino. No H. Pilipino. I don't know if I've ever seen it spelled that way before. I think it's usually with an F referring to individuals and with a P referring to the country. Andy Wood still has a time-telling only watch. Look at that. Nice artwork on that cafe. Cerium says a watch that's an IR blaster. Now that's useful. You know, my Amazon Fire Cube has an IR blaster, and it is really handy because I can set it to just turn stuff on and off using the IR. Oh, hello. We ran into a viewer just walking. He must have just saw me. Rainfall says, good day, Mr. Strides. Hope everyone is well. Good day to you. Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking. We are almost at Mortimer. And that's where Centennial College will be on the right, if I'm not mistaken. So we've ran into 2 viewers on this stream. And this is Mortimer Avenue. So the last live stream I did, I rode my e-scooter along Mortimer. Went on Broadview all the way over to Coxwell, pretty much. All right, we're about to get the street light here. Let's cross because why not? Andre, Mrs. Toronto, so Evie and Butch. Did you miss the prices? Gaby, I think they tested that slogan on that show, Fight Back with David Horowitz. Do you remember that show? Where he would test dubious product claims. I think they beat the shit out of a Timex one episode to see if it really did take a licking. Ooh, something smells good. It smells like charbroiled barbecue here on the left. King's Drive-In. That's exactly the kind of car you think of when you think of a drive-in like that. Oh, drive in or on? The eye was kind of angled like it could be either. Baby says, yes, David Horowitz, right. I remember watching that show. My dog spot, pet grooming. This is where Charlie gets groomed. Charlie the Woodle. Robin asks, anyone remember Swatches? I remember Swatches. I used to have one. Rainfall can't believe how prices of TVs have come down. 20 years ago, 51-inch cost you $3,500. 20 years ago, that would have been 2003. So a 51-inch would have been a CRT rear projection TV. There weren't too many LCDs back then, or plasmas. And those older TVs were much more costly to manufacture, and they're also way bigger and heavier to like ship. And they took up way more storage room. So I'm not too surprised that modern TVs are so much less expensive than the old school ones. There's a KFC. Centex. I've never heard of Centex. Is there a message pinned, Sanjay? I did not pin any message on purpose. If moderators have unpinning powers, please go ahead and unpin. It was not my intention to do that. I apologize. Did I own a BlackBerry? I had one briefly as a work phone. We had an old Nokia Fido phone back in the 90s, but the first phone I ever owned myself was a Nokia 3390. I had that with Fido, and then I switched to Rogers and I got a 3360, which was the same phone, only slightly crappier. I never had a Motorola Razr. I had a few more phones after that, Samsung flip phones. And then in my second year in Korea was the first year the Galaxy S1 came out. And I bought that cash for like $1,000. So I had a Korean Galaxy S1. Then I bought the S2 right when that came out. And then when the Galaxy Note came out, I was like, oh my God, look at that glorious screen. So I sold my Galaxy S2 and got a brand new Galaxy Note right when that came out. And people were looking at me like I was crazy because the phone screen was so huge. And yet here we are in 2023 and that phone is kind of small by today's standards. It did have a 16:10 aspect ratio, which is quite different from the 21:9 modern phones use. Then I used that Note actually for the next 3 years in Korea. And I came back and I got a Nexus 5. I lost it and got a new Nexus 5. And I got a OnePlus One original was the phone after that, I think. And then a Nexus 6P, and then that boot looped. Then a Galaxy S8 Plus after that. And then a Galaxy S20 FE, I got a couple of those. And an iPhone 12, which is what I'm streaming with. Got the Galaxy in my pocket. So there, you've got my whole smartphone history. I would love an S23 Ultra. It's just, this damn thing is still working fine. And I've got another one of these that still works fine. So I don't really have the need to upgrade. Just the want. Rainfall got a cell phone for their birthday. They're still learning how to use it. Well, happy belated and congrats on the new toy. Jacqueline's birthday is October 16th. Of all the phones I've ever owned, and the one I liked the most, at least from like a holding it point of view, was the Nexus 5. It had this nice rubbery back. It was nice and grippy. I don't know why the hell Apple decided to make phones as slippery and fragile as a wet bar of soap. Well, I know why they did. I just hate that they did that. Jim Martin's first cell phone was a Samsung Rugby. There is a durable ass phone. Chatty Cathy, it certainly had a great camera back then. And when you were playing that draw something game, the fact that the Note had the stylus just made it awesome. That game was all the rage right around the time that phone came out. Jane Jarn's birthday is January 12th. You want to be able to have a pet? Well, I hope that dream works out for you. Rainfall says you have to break them and buy a new one, or take it into Apple, who will gladly repair it to you for almost the cost of a new one. You know, just Apple doing Apple things. Daniel says as soon as he got an iPhone 4, he got an update, which made it garbage. Yeah, Apple's notorious for bricking their phones with updates. Hey, before this update, I used to have good battery life. And some of their phones would throttle the performance as your battery got old, and they said it was to protect the battery in the device, but the real reason was to make you think it was getting slow, so you'd buy a new one. Just a garbage company. All right, we are at Pape Station. Lisa, you missed the walk. We went down Millwood and took in an awesome skyline view. Only one mural of note. You didn't miss much in the art department. But my food is going to be ready for pickup soon. I'm going to go see if it's ready early. Ben says funny thing is iOS gets faster than Android. Yeah. A lot of developers tend to favor iOS. Eventually Android catches up. I would say there's almost even parity between the two. Anything you want to do. In fact, there's more apps on Android. But both apps, or both ecosystems, have high quality apps that do just about anything you could think of. For the longest time, Instagram was shittier on Android. Rather than use your camera, if you took a picture with it, it would literally just take a screenshot of the picture that you took. And I think they fixed that. Oh, let's see. I'm just gonna walk across over to this little park here. The restaurant I'm picking up from is just east of here. That girl saw my camera and gave me some stank eye. Hey, that's the Kia that I rented. And I rented from Enterprise, although that's Enterprise car share. You know what? That Kia Soul is a pretty nice little car. I went shopping on the way back and loaded it up with shit. But if you haven't guessed, we're pretty much at the end of this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and start thanking everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to be updated on future live streams as they happen. Don't forget to do that. Huge thanks to our mods. Thanks to everyone who just tuned in. It was a lot of fun. We covered a hell of a lot of ground in a short time on this stream. And I'm going to go sit down here. And if you wish to support what I do, there are links to Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. A much needed seat awaits. Whew. Lisa says it's been a bit early. And I'm in dire need of a shower. I'm gonna go pick up some food, walk a dog, go home and watch NFL. So thank you guys. Thanks to everyone who sent support. Again, there's links to Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. And tomorrow morning's video, I think, will be a theme park walk. All right, guys, thank you. Yoink.